Hi, this is Mashnu, and I would like to show you an example about how to prevent counterplay. And this is actually what my next broadcast is going to be about. And the broadcast will be on Monday, June 6, 2011, at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Central European Time. And but I would like to illustrate now what it's going to be about. If you look at this position here, it's black to move here, and well, actually the most important thing to ask yourself after a move of your opponent is, if it was his move again, what would he want to do? So if we look at this position, it's still in the opening and it's black to move, and if we would simply play automatically here, so without this prophylactic thinking, we would simply play something like castle, because we have learned that the rules of the opening are first controlling the center, developing our pieces, and then castling. So castling would be a very natural move. Now white would play here rook to e1. Why rook to e1? Because what white wants to do is to play e4. Now, can we prevent this move e4? Actually, the only effective way, let's say direct way to try this would be to play bishop to f5, trying to control the square e4 here. So we prevent e4, but then white has knight to h4, attacking the bishop. Now black doesn't want to trade this, so we would play it back to g4. Now we would prevent e4 because the pawn is pinned, but black of course can play simply h3, and after bishop h5, g4, and after we go to g6, trading on g6, and then e4 is played, and white has a beautiful position. So let's go back to the initial position, because that's what's interesting. So here, if we ask ourselves what does white want to do, and we understand that the most logical plan for white is to play rook to e1 and e4, we can already start asking ourselves, how can we prevent this? So how can we prevent the active play of white? Now I showed you just what would happen if we castle simply. So a good idea in this position would be simply to give the bishop the opportunity to stay on this long diagonal here. That's why here the move h6 is useful. If we play h6 and white continues with his original plan, now we can play bishop to f5 without any problem, because after knight to h4 we simply hide the bishop. On h7 the bishop is placed on a beautiful long diagonal here, and most important of all, we are preventing the advance of the pawn from e2 to e4. So that means that here white would try to find another way to get some active play, because in the center black is controlling the most important things, and especially this square e4. So this is the idea of preventing counterplay, prophylactic thinking in chess, and more examples about how to use this in the middle game and even in the end game I will show during my broadcast next Monday, June 6, 2011, at 8 p.m. Central European Time. That is in London 1 hour earlier, so it's 7 o'clock in the afternoon, and in New York City it will be 2 p.m. Okay, so I hope to see you at my live broadcast. Is by the way at livestream.com/mashno2006. Alright, so I hope you can join me and we can discuss live together about the positions and the examples. You can ask questions and using the chat window, and I can try to answer them, and we can investigate together this idea of preventing counterplay. Alright, thank you very much for watching this one, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.